Good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning. We're looking at paper 2, challenges in the human environment. Time allowed 1.5 hours. It's very important that you read all this because there's lots of topics you've covered and you've got to make sure you do the right ones. Don't just plough into ones that you think, oh, I know a little bit about that, because you won't be able to once after the first or second question because they get harder very quickly. It says you need a pencil, ruler and calculator. Make sure you do have that, and it also reminds you to use a black ink or black ballpoint pen. Don't do a blue one, use a black one. Okay, that's what it's telling you because they photocopy the scripts and they want black. Okay, so what you have to do, if you look, it says answer all questions in section A and section B. So that's quite straightforward. Section A, section B. However, you answer question 3 and one other question in section C.
So
okay.
Can we just underline the pieces that we do, Mr. White?
Yeah, we'll do that when we get there. But do you want me to do that from the start?
Yeah, underline it, highlight it on this paper here so that people are reminded.
So you answer all questions in section A and section B, okay?
So everything section A and section B.
And then section C, you do question 3 and you do one other question. And the other question that we do is water. Okay, question 3 is about water, food and energy, like a little dip your toe in, sort of, no pun intended, with water. Okay, but then the other question in section C is about water, and that's the one we've been doing. And because we've done the paper 3 on it as well, the DME, it's important that you do that one well. It's all about transfer schemes and things that we've spent time looking at.
So we're going to answer 4 questions on this paper.
Yeah, so it's all section A, section B, 1 question in section C and question 3 in section C.
And how many marks is on this paper?
Total 88 there, look. Okay. 88. And it's 1.5 hours.
And 1 question with spelling, punctuation and grammar.
Yeah. 1 question, 1.9 is spag. And go through the questions. If you hit a question that you can't do, move on, do one that you can do, and then go back. All right? There's bits and bobs you can do right through.
Before we go into looking at the exam paper, can we just have a look at what section A is, what section B is,
okay,
and so on?
So section A is urban issues and challenges. So what is a megacity? This is the early stuff we did with urban issues. So the generic stuff about urbanisation. And then we talked more in depth looking at Rio. Okay, and the problems living in a shanty town and a squatter settlements, and the opportunities and challenges. Opportunity means good points, positive, advantages. Okay, you have to remember that. So that's all it's asking you for. It's just a different word, really. So it's positive. So it's smiley face, something that you can get from it. Okay.
So
whereas, go on.
So that's section A.
Yeah.
And then there's a UK part of.
Yeah, so this is the urban stuff. So LIC, NEs, that's going to be about Rio as well. You could do Nigeria if you think you know a bit about that, but that's really Rio because Rio was the urban bit. Okay, life expectancy, urban work. And then we've got UK cities, so on. And this here is Bristol. We talked about Bristol quite a lot. Opportunities again, look. So again, what's the good things about that, living in a city that's got opportunity?
And that's one, there's a 9 marker.
And that's got spag as well, so you've got to spell and punctuate and get your capital letters in and all those sort of things.
Is that all of section
A? Yes.
Yeah.
And then section B is all about the economic world. So we have Nigeria, we've talked about. There's some introduction stuff all about that before that, though. We talked about how you can measure development with the PQLI and the HDI, if you remember. What means quality of life? How can you work out what quality of life means? So you're looking at birth rates, death rates, as well as other factors as well, like whether they have fresh water or they have education. There's lots of different things, isn't there? Okay.
So this is still section B.
Section B is all about population, the demographic transition model. It's got a little case study bit here. Challenges, negative things. Look, it's mentioned there. Look, and then an LIC or NEE. That's we can probably talk about Nigeria there. We did lots on Nigeria and the problems with all the oil and all that, and all the shell oil and how the problems they had with all that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's Nigeria, and then the next bit. This is still section Section B.
So we've got some skills type questions.
Skills question. This goes into the UK bit. So this is talking about, this is a bit you did over Easter with your booklets,
changing
your
UK
notes.
economy.
And that's because there's a north and a south divide in the UK, and what can we do to make more employment happen in the north rather than the south. And the government have got schemes going on, so you need to know your schemes and what they're doing there.
So we've got a 9 marker there, but no spag marks.
No, just a 9
just
marker.
earlier on in the paper.
Okay, and
so
then
that's the end of
section B. And then section C, if you remember, you answer this question first.
So all of question 3.
So this is all about energy. It's all about resource management. So it's energy, food and water. The first bit.
And then the choice is 4, 5 or 6.
Yeah, hang on. So if we get through there, stop there. That's a transfer scheme, look, which you've done in your paper 3, so that will help you. Read that. All the information's there, isn't it? Just interpreting that. And then you've got to answer question 4, 5 or 6. Well, you don't do 4 because you haven't done food. Not in detail. Okay, you've done a little bit on food, but it's just an introduction. So you can't do that. Okay. You can do water, because we spent loads of time on water.
Here it
is. So, water extreme scarcity, so that's drought conditions in poor parts of the world.
And there are lots of shorter response questions there on the water section.
And then there's a question at the end saying LIC or NEC, so that NEE, so that's basically a place where they've managed to get water in a poor place.
Is that the end of question 5 on water?
That's the end of question 5, and the last question is about energy. You don't do that one.
Okay, so that's taking them through the paper.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. White.
Okay, so let's go straight in then.